Watch me walk across that river.
When I think of LTD and the folks within the organization, at this point now, what comes to mind is family. I think of family. We're close. Those of us that have been around for a while.
I did not even fathom the idea of me acting, singing in front of an audience. Yes, I sang in my room, but nobody's around. Yes, I wrote my books in my room, but I never showed anybody.
Myself, as a, who's been out in the world as a sort of reasonably high level wheelchair athlete, was provided absolutely no idea that theater was accessible to me in any way until that class. Speaks to just how many barriers are there for disabled folks to be involved in artistic programming that isn't just make work projects.
I had ignited my love for music. I even play the piano now. I don't mean music. I just vibe up to the piano, slow bars, and I find home. And after I'm done, I hear Tracy, the whole band tell me that was incredible. And I think I'm blessed.
Sitting in a circle and talking about our weeks and sharing with each other, I think some of the members, that's something that they look forward to almost the most every week. And then, of course, we like to make each other laugh, right? And have fun and play games. Just the improv games are so much fun.
I think the thing that, for me, in working with different kinds of bodies, different ways of moving and experiencing, it creates a lot less anxiety for me than working with artists or trained dancers, where there is sometimes an expectation to want to feel or experience a specific thing. When I am working in a body that is very different from the body next to me and the body next to that body, there is an implicit understanding that all three of those bodies are going to have completely different experiences. It's exciting. So I feel like the excitement overwhelms to some degree or another the fear in what might happen.
There are physical benefits that have come for me. I grew up doing a lot of physiotherapy, sports, lots of stretching, fell away from it for a while. And so discovering body, breath, and voice and somatics in ways that my athlete medical brain could understand has been exceedingly helpful to see a window into holistic health that has, tangible science behind it with an artistic way, has broadened my worldview.
We don't know that we're interested in disability art until we see disability art. We don't know that we're interested in working with a room of varying abilities until we work in a room of varying abilities.
being a member of the Other Ordinary Company has impacted my life greatly. Like more than words can say, I think.
Listen to This has opened up a large community of artists that I wouldn't have access to otherwise. Training I wouldn't have access to otherwise.
At the end of the day, really, we're just talking about not being too uptight about things and figuring out, as vulnerable, connected humans, how to make something work. And that something happens to very often revolve around an art form, in our case.
So it's nice to go out on stage, and I always jokingly say to be stared at for a good reason, for once, right? Like, I am controlling this relationship between audience and theater because they're watching me, because I or the people on stage are in some semblance of control. I set up this lighting. I set up, not me personally, but the group, set up the lighting and the projection and the way this show is going to go. And we actually get to control your narrative for that 50 to 65 minutes.
Kelsey, it has changed her to be the strength that she digs down deep and carries it on through when she gets home. The dedication she has, sitting up in her little bed till 2 a.m, saying everybody's lines.
The organization for me has always been about acceptance, love, celebration. It's somewhere that I very intentionally am a part of. Like, it's not like a thing where I'm like, oh, I got nothing else to do today, I'm gonna, because it's important to me. I want to see it do well. I want to do well in it. I want to be a part of it.
I'm not an expert on anything, but being provided the outlet and the sort of the door opening to say, here's this world over here. Here's what you've always kind of wanted to dabble in, but you didn't know until you took a class and you're like, oh, I like this. This is nice.
The most important part for myself and from what I've learned with working with the group, that it's all journey based. It's completely like the importance of the work is what we get out of creating it. It's not necessarily the finished product at all. So it's always going to be the fun that we've had writing, what discoveries we've made together, the fun that we have singing together and building together and laughing and improvising and the characters that we can create. And what does that do for us going home at the end of the night, right?
Before the first workshop, I put all my emotions in the bottle, have the cork, slam the cork in the bottle, and put it on the shelf. Now, as you know, when you have a lot of stuff in the bottle with alcohol on, it's bound to pop. And one day I may snap at somebody for no reason. After the workshops, I did not do that.
We talk a lot about how the work here creates people that are louder self-advocates because they've gone from being the quiet and meek disabled person in the corner that doesn't feel like they can speak up and advocate for themselves to the advocate for themselves who is viewed by a wider ableist society as the pain in the ass.
We have very loyal, committed humans out there speaking on behalf of themselves who make people uncomfortable sometimes with the comfort that they have now found in their own bodies and their agency to be here.
Jazz hands work. I have natural jazz hands. It's called spasm. Life would really suck without this company. Professionally and personally, if I lost those friendships or those I wasn't seeing them as often. That's something that I have to remind myself of, and I think we all have to.
We've, grown more with each other. And I'm really trying not to say family, but it's become that. Yeah. I mean, what do you do?
I think if I asked the members, they would say there's no other opportunity to grow together in the way that there is here.
I've been able to, grow and mature into harnessing different skills that are in acting, but also just in everyday life, communicating and leading and facilitating. I've learned a large amount of life skills that I've been able to hone and utilize. So for that, I'm super grateful for listening to this.
Stronger every day. I've got my faith. I've got no time to waste. Get to where I